Good, beautiful morning, everyone. Good, beautiful morning. It's Tuesday. I'm on my way to my Mississippi location. Hair day. Get my hair done tomorrow. So this morning I was up extra early, washing, conditioning, blow drying. But I've been wanting to talk about this topic for some time now, and my spirit said today's the day. Some of you that know me will definitely know that I'm big on conspiracies, and those of us in the conspiracy community, we even hate that we're called conspiracy theorists, because basically we're talking the true shit, because we study things and we look at things, we look at anomalies and so forth. But I want to talk today about the surge in depression. And I say surge in depression because I've noticed a few things. And once I started noticing these things, I started putting two and two together. I've spoken a lot. I've spoken with my clients when they say, "Oh, I'm feeling down," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't deal with all that. I don't hold on to all that depression shit." And I really don't. Your mind is a powerful thing, and we must, especially in these days, learn to use our minds. Don't let your mind use you. You use your mind. But anyway, I started noticing more and more billboards advertising therapy, advertising help for depression and so forth. And then, because I don't watch general television, I mean, our TV hasn't even been on for days. But when I'm watching like YouTube and things, now I'm noticing more and more that the interruptive commercials, advertisements, 9 out of 10 of them are advising you to call a number, and you can now get therapy online. You can now get therapy with a phone call away. This is when I started really thinking about what's going on. And this wave of depression, me personally, and I'm not going to waver from this, is caused by the powers that be. And when I say the powers that be, I mean the powers that be on earth, the governments. And if you also will notice, there's an age demographic of the people who are depressed. And the age demographic starts from the teenage years and into the 20s. And I deduced that this all started when God was taken out of schools. Because as soon as God was taken out of schools, obviously, as we know, people don't want to admit it, but it's been replaced with Satan. It's been replaced with do what thou will. That's not God's will, to do what you want to do. You do have your own will, but God wants you to use your will for good. Not just, oh, live your life any way you want to live your life, live and let live. That's a whole load of bullshit. We need guidelines, we need restrictions, we need guidance. So after they've taken God out of school, you know, everybody used to go to school and pray. And then I was brought up in Catholic school, so we had mass. I'm not into Catholicism, I'm not even into religion, but my mother sent me to the school hoping that it was better education. And to be honest, it was a better education apart from the religious side of things. But then we had a wave of, and I was also guilty of this. One day I'm going to tell you my experience with something. I've never uttered the story I want to tell, but I'm not ready to tell it yet. Then we had a surge of the same demographic of people getting into crystals and saging and finding out who you're partnered with or who you're compatible with. And on the surface, this is all, you know, fine, harmless stuff. But me being me, I like to dig deeper, and it's not fine and honest. And what I'm about to express to you now, what I found out myself, it made me throw all my crystals away, all my sage, all my astrology books and all that stuff, and I felt so much better since. But what I found out, because your everyday churches and your pimp ministers nowadays are not teaching you shit. They're teaching you what the government tells them to teach you, and this is God's gospel. When you sage, and you know, we've all been brought up to think that, not even brought up, because it wasn't in my upbringing, something that I latched onto. When you sage, and you sage a room, and you sage a home, and you think you're cleansing bad spirits, you're doing the absolute opposite. You are actually opening portals for demons to jump through. And I'm going to repeat that. When you sage, or when you do mantras with crystals and so forth, especially if you're not of a solid mind and you're a follower, you are actually opening portals to allow demonic demons to jump through. Now think about that just for a few seconds. Because when you actually equate that to the behavior of the so-called depression generation, most of them are into crystals, most of them are into saging, most of them are into astrology, most of them are into what I call the quick fix, because that's how all that bullshit is advertised, as the quick fix. You know, like people do their mantras, people are not even praying to God anymore, they're praying to things, objects, idols. And that's one of the number one things God said: do not worship idols. And I made a video about it a while ago. Oh, that was a bad crash. I made a video about it a while ago. Who are you idolizing? There is no quick fix or shortcut to anything. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the belief in God. You have to really understand the scriptures. There's too much of this depression shit going around. And I believe it's caused by the powers that be. And I don't mean God, I mean the governments, the authorities. Because there are too many coincidences going around, and I don't believe in coincidences. I'm one of those ones where there's smoke, there is fire. We need to take a stock. We need to start spending time with our children. Stop just pushing them in front of the fucking TV and letting them watch YouTube all day. So just because it says, oh, press the button to say the person using this is under 13. 2-year-olds know how to use fucking tablets nowadays. 2-year-olds screaming and crying when they can't have your phone. You have to stop being your children's friends and be their guidance. It's imperative. All this mass depression shit is not accidental. It's not coincidental. It's all a part of Satan's plan. Satan's plan. We're having a surge of children, teenagers, killing, shooting, raping, kidnapping. Is that normal behavior? Is that normal behavior? We have teachers afraid to teach properly because the children are being used by demonic forces, put it that way. They are being used by demonic forces. So if there is anybody watching this who's depressed or down or thinks they're depressed, I am not down talking anybody's condition. I am not down talking anything that anybody is going through right now. I'm just trying to say you gotta be stronger than your mind. You have to use your mind. Don't let your mind use you. It's so fucking important. And I'll end this with a quote by Erykah Badu, and it touched me so deeply the years ago when I saw what she said. She said, stay out of your mind. Stay out of your mind. It can play tricks on you. And get back to God. It's the only way. It's the only salvation. Get back to God. Now, I'm going to leave you. I want you all to have a beautiful day. Make today very productive. Try and set some time aside today to read. Sometime this week when I have time, I might go through a list of books that I recommend for everybody who wants to elevate in their life. I'm off to Atlanta this weekend for a conference, to go attend a conference with Coach Stormy. I'm now finding out that Les Brown is going to be there, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited I took the plunge. I've been in and ahhing for the past few days. Shall I go? Shall I go? Shall I go? Shall I go? And I know I would regret it if I don't. So last night I booked my flight, and accommodation is all set, and I'm looking forward to it, because I know once I come back from this conference with Coach Stormy, I'm going to come back again a whole different person with a whole different mindset, and I relish it. I relish it. Change is good if it's in the right direction. Peace, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Do some good and make somebody smile today.